Hello, this is Brennan, and welcome to Musings in the Mind. Today's episode is probably going to be a bit shorter. Today we're going to be talking about the negative emotional spiral. I think this is a very simple concept, but it's crucial people understand it. So what is this? Well, let's talk about what it is not first. What it is not is, so throughout the day things agitate you, you get upset, people piss you off, things happen like that. No one goes throughout the day and says everything went perfectly all the time. That never happens. There are always things that are negative in people's lives. Most of the time, though, this doesn't really lead to anything. A good example is today my water bottle fell down and it spilled some water, and I was all upset about it. But I picked it up, cleaned up the mess, put it back up, and forgot about it. That's a good example of it being dealt with in a positive way. This is not, and when I say not, I repeat not, a negative emotional spiral. What negative emotional spiral is something angers you deeply. Often more than once, but sometimes it can just be once. This sort of festers. This anger and you, well, not you, but, well, could be you, but so this anger festers in a person's mind. And the person goes through it and thinks about it. And through this thought process, this anger slowly turns into hatred. And then hatred go slowly after thinking about it, turns into contempt. And contempt is one of the worst emotions. Every emotion seems to have a purpose. Fear. What does fear do? Fear, panic, anxiety. They keep you from making stupid decisions. And yeah, they can become excessive and be really problematic. Like people who have panic disorder. That's a great example of these emotions going too far. But these emotions have a purpose. Same thing. Even negative emotions, so toxic as shame, have a purpose. They evolve to keep you from doing certain things. But contempt, I don't really see a purpose to this. Like, basically, once people get contemptful about something, it's like a cavity on the tooth. It just starts to rot away at the soul. Well, this person who might have started out as a nice guy, a nice person, who just had this negative thing happen, will turn into this deep, dark person. The contempt will rot away at their soul until there's nothing but a rotten husk of a person left, and this person goes and commits some evil crime. And this is a crucial thing because I see it happen in people. I've seen it happen in friends of mine where something just really gets at them, but they don't do any work on it. Instead, they fester, this anger festers, and then goes into hatred. And this hatred festers until it goes contempt for a certain group of people. I saw a good friend of mine turn from a reasonable, rational person into this racist piece of shit. It was interesting because I saw the whole process unfold, and it's sad because he could have turned his way back and redeemed himself, but he didn't. He has become this rotten husk of who he used to be, and this is what contempt does. It destroys you. It is like a bacterial infection on your tooth. It rots away the tooth till there's nothing left but this husk of an infection, and this is what contempt does. It destroys you. It removes all decency, all positivity, leaving you a rotten husk of who you once were. So this is of the utmost importance to do everything in your power to keep this from happening, because if you let yourself become contemptful, it will destroy you. So how do you do this? Once you start getting angry, and this anger starts to fester, and you start playing things out in your mind, it is of the utmost importance to get yourself out of this state of mind. Interrupt it. Because that's the thing, in order for this process to happen, it's a long drawn out set of thoughts in the mind where you keep thinking about the situation over and over and over and over and over and over again. And the way to deal with this, the best way, is to interrupt this pattern. Go do a workout. Like if you notice yourself becoming angry and staying in that state and amplifying, go do a workout. Go do 50 push-ups. Go do a bunch of sit-ups. Go do a bunch of burpees. Go do stretching. etching, do something to get out of the state of mind. Go on a run, go on a walk, drink some coffee. I would prefix this though with one major thing, and that is don't go out drinking. Because often people think, okay, well, if I'm supposed to do this, why? If I'm supposed to not think this way, well, why not go vape my vape pen? Or why not go drink some alcohol? That alleviates the problem. And I see a lot of people do this. They will go to these negative things to alleviate negativity, and that's just not how things work. A negative thing like alcohol will not alleviate a negative internal state. It will numb that negative internal state, but it will come back worse the next day. It will come back worse. Same thing with the tobacco, with vaping. You're creating an addiction. You're creating a negative state to try to avert a negative state, which won't do anything. It'll just make the problem worse. So don't turn to negativity like that to try to alleviate negativity, even though it might work a little bit in the moment. Like, if you really need chemical help, then that's time to go to a doctor. And yeah. But most people don't. Most people, like, they just need to go on a walk, go on a run, go run around a bit, go do push-ups. That will get them out of this state of mind. And that's what you should do. Do not let the negative emotional spiral happen, because it will destroy you. It will make your life suck. And it's so easy to get out of. You just need to avert this negative state. As soon as you notice it happening, do everything in your power to get out of this state of mind. And thank you very much for listening. Bye.